Good afternoon. Welcome to TSPN. I'm Al Lennox with the American Legion. Today we're going to talk about ambulance services, and I have the operations manager for American Legion Ambulance, Nicole Vasquez, here today. Welcome.
Thank you.
We'll be talking about everything I can think of and everything she can think of about ambulance services. Please stay with us and we'll be right back. Welcome back to TSPN. I'm Al Lennox with the American Legion, and today we're going to talk about ambulance services. I have Nicole Vasquez, the operations manager for American Legion Ambulance, and she's been the operations manager for the past 7 years. Thank you for coming, Nicole.
Thank you for having me.
And I thought we'd just talk about ambulance services in kind of a chronological order. Could you give us a little history about the service?
Sure. The American Legion Ambulance was founded in 1929 by the American Legion veterans, and they provided service to their fellow veterans as well as other residents of Amador County at that time. The ambulance service has evolved since that time. After World War II and into the Korean War eras, regulations got stricter, so medicine has had to evolve. Emergency medicine evolved into the system that you see now with paramedics and EMTs on all of our ambulances.
So it didn't happen overnight. This was a natural progression from the early days to the put the patient in the back to now we treat them on scene.
Correct. Now, in the early 1980s, we saw the introduction of advanced life support paramedics into Amador County as well as other parts of the state of California. And now when you call an ambulance, you basically get a rolling emergency room that pulls up to your house and begins treatment for you that much sooner than your arrival at the emergency department. Our paramedics and EMTs are highly skilled and highly trained to provide those services in home and during transport to the emergency room.
That is a great benefit to the county. As operations manager, you're a busy person.
I'm very busy.
Just tell us briefly, what do you do?
I oversee the 9 ambulances that we have in operation daily between Amador and Calaveras County. We have divisions in both counties. I ensure that every unit is staffed daily. I do a lot of human resources. I make sure that the ambulances have the supplies they need to run calls, make sure the employees are up on their certifications and their trainings, and I handle the day-to-day business operations.
Wow, that is a broad scope of responsibility. Well, obviously you've been there 7 years, so you've been doing a good job. How do you keep track of the ambulances? Is it what's the latest and greatest? And I know you have a system plan, and give us a little brief on that.
We can track the ambulances in several ways. We have dispatch, which is through the Amador County Sheriff's Office, and in Calaveras, it's through the Calaveras County Sheriff's Office. Mm-hmm. They track our units via a sophisticated communication system. We have pagers and cell phones, and we're in constant contact with each other. We also have GPS. Every unit is chipped and GPSed, so we can track where they're at to ensure the closest resources are always where they're supposed to be. And we have a posting plan. So when units leave a zone to run a call or a transfer, they have another unit that moves into that zone or partially into that zone to pick up the response area in that zone that's being vacated. So we have a pretty comprehensive plan that Calaveras has a system status plan to ensure the movement of resources for optimum responses, as well as Amador. And those plans also tie in together to have a company-wide system status plan. So we operate individually as counties, but when staffing levels get low or response levels get low due to high call volume, we have the ability to move resources back and forth between the two counties to keep levels consistent.
Now talk about that GPS a little bit. You can track real time,
Yes.
where that ambulance is, where it's going, how fast it's going, the whole.
Yes, we can. We use it quite often to track our units when they have to leave the county for interfacility transfers between hospitals. We can pull up, it's internet-based, and it's based on a satellite system. So those units hit and locate every 2 minutes.
Wow.
So we can track them up to a 2-minute interval.
So you can make decisions, real-time decisions, that impact both systems very effectively.
That's correct.
That's a wonderful system.
Mm-hmm.
What's down the road? What's our future look like? Are we? Is there new technology coming that? I know there's some new technology coming in the cardiac monitors and defibrillators. Are we in tune on that, or are we? What are we doing on
Yeah,
that?
we're currently running Zoll monitors, and they're working really well. But the new Zoll monitors they've introduced is something that we're looking at upgrading to. There's a new concept called Pit Crew CPR coming out. It's got some very innovative ideas in how we approach cardiac arrest and resuscitation, and the new Zoll monitors that we're looking at actually have some of the pit crew concepts and prompts already programmed into them to sort of assist the medics and EMTs in those cardiac resuscitation events.
Now, good EMS is a system with a lot of other players. You attend a lot of meetings.
Yes.
And just briefly.
I sit on about 12 other associations and committees
Wow.
between Amador and Calaveras, the Commission on Aging, several disaster planning committees, communication group user committees, fire chiefs associations. So we're constantly networking with the people that we do business with.
And that makes good for good patient
And
care.
that makes for good patient care, and it makes for a good continuity of care between the services.
And you also interact almost on a daily basis with both hospitals.
Yes, yes. We have quality assurance liaisons at both hospitals, and we are in constant contact over calls and situations that arise, so we can always be improving patient care.
Good. We'll get into QA because that's a QA is a little. We need a little more time on that, and we'll do that in the second session. But it sounds to me like the ambulance company is running well, and you are doing a great job. Are you confident that we can maintain that ability for the citizens?
Confident. I'm very confident. We're always looking ahead at new trends in the industry. We're looking at what the Affordable Care Act is going to mean for EMS. The structure of EMS is going to need to change, and we're watching the industry very carefully so that we can be ready and make those changes and continue to provide the quality care that we give to Amador County and Calaveras County citizens.
That entails being part of the California Ambulance Association, doesn't it?
Yes, yes.
And we get a lot of our information from them.
Yes, on current legislation, on trends, and different influences in our industry.
Wonderful. Well, we're going to be right back. We'll talk a little bit more about ambulance services with Nicole. Please return and welcome, watch TSPN when you can. We'll be right back.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.